AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Supposed to be sad or something. I don't know.
Ain't nothing to be sad about. Ain't a damn thing to be sad about. What I told you last night. Don't get too upset. Don't get too high, can't get too low.
I read a Scott Perry interview, former general manager of the New York Knicks.
The fuck did he have to say?
He's talking about his time over there in Sacramento. And he said what his father told him was, don't get too high, don't get too low. So you very dismissive.
Yeah.
About the
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Former general man. Get him out of here, Scott Perry.
Baby, calm down. Calm down. No. Who's in the building? Yo, if you're in the building, hit the like button, man.
Happy New Year to all, man.
Oh, shit.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
Baby, calm down. Calm down. Yeah, Mo. Now I can put the chats
Mo,
up.
what up?
So we can look like a serious conversation over here, man. Not like them
New
other
Year.
YouTube channels with bots.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Allah wise.
Allah.
Yeah, King Speech.
Peace. King Speech. Peace. Happy New Year.
King Speech. The King's Speech. When King Speech gets on, like, you know. Because with Tibbs.
You fire. You got mad love for King Speech.
I mean, he defended his man. They're all in a slump right now. What's going on, y'all? What are the New York Knicks doing? Yeah, Anthony Barker. Get that anxiety going. Going for a championship, damn it. Brunson lost the game. Yo, man, Cat is to blame. Damn. Them niggas ruined my New Year's vibe. You didn't forget about it after that loss. You just went, shot. Everybody. No?
Whose vibe was that last night? Somebody
Yours.
let me know in the chat. Who?
You?
No. I was asleep at 10:30 Central Time.
Nah, you did the Viejo. You on Viejo vibes yesterday?
Bro, let me tell you something. I was not outside in nobody's crib, nobody's club, nobody's lounge. I wasn't doing none of that last night. In the bed.
I've been to the club once on New Year's.
Please.
Traumatized after that. I was thrown out the club, thrown out of my shoes by 4 bouncers. And I said, catch y'all. The streets fuck you up. They probably didn't even hear me because the door was closing. Pah! I was like, and I was at the China Club. China, man. Kicked out the China Club on New Year's. Got pepper spray by the cops. Wildin'.
Really? Oh. What year was that? Tell us. That's New Year's what?
06.
Oh, wow. Interesting time.
Baby, calm down. Calm down. I see Sean Paul in the club. Well, I thought it was Sean Paul in the club with like 10 bitches. I bumped into him. And what I do? Man, get the fuck out of my way. And that's when the bouncers proceeded to lift me off of my feet and get me up out of there.
It's fucked up when you get lifted off your feet and you ain't got no control, right? That's a bad situation to be in. Humbling. Very humbling.
Not in the moment. In a moment. Put me down. Fuck one of y'all up. Put me down
and get your ass beat. How you tell a nigga to put me down and get your ass kicked?
Put me down is crazy. Put me down in any scenario?
It's insane. You talking to another man. You told another man, put me down.
It was 2 of them. Each of them had one arm, one hand underneath one armpit each. You gotta go.
They're getting you out of here.
You're a menace. What if that was really Sean Paul? You definitely got
Oh,
to. I'm
used to
lucky,
get that?
huh?
You used to get that, huh? That's
What?
what they used to tell you used to look like?
No. I'm saying you didn't hear the whole story. I thought I saw Sean Paul. I thought I bumped into him. And I
Oh,
around. I was like, hey,
nigga
Sean
said you
Paul.
look like Sean Paul. I said you probably
Nah, come on, no.
maybe you could get it. Go get some
Not even with
braids.
braids. My
You
head
get
is
it
too
off.
big.
You could
No.
get it off if you wanted to.
When I went to Vegas, I tried to get in the club saying I was PD Crack. That I got, that's a little bit closer than Sean Paul.
Pete, you might get off. You might be able to get off, Petey. Maybe. Live from
Yeah.
215, my baby girl.
Hey.
Come on, left hand side, my baby girl.
Stay with me. I want you.
Oh my God, yo.
Nah. And PD had like 2-3 hits in that shit, man. Oh, okay, lean there, right? Oh, you
Hey,
hit Moses.
yo, niggas remember that was my
Lean there,
shit.
man. Yo.
That was
Nah,
my
PD
shit.
Crack is.
The room is spinning and I can't make it.
Yo! How your man had a merengue flow? And I didn't realize they said Meek Mill took his flow. I was like, I never noticed that. But he could do that. Why not? They sound different, different voices. How does Mo know that? How how you know killing them? Killing that. Oh shit, Mo. Mo's bilingual.
We was outside.
She's trilingual, huh? Try all the languages. Yeah. Happy New Year, chat. Meek and Petey don't sound the same at all. Their voices know, but I didn't like the flow. Because Petey's flow was like ill. And Philly dudes, they did a number, man.
Could you correct?
Not 1 or 2 1. That shit was crazy, yo, nigga. Woo! Right, women, just blaze. We live.
Big Flea, never the little one.
Google said they suggested we don't have any banter before. I'm like, yo, what do you think a podcast is, Google? Who are you talking to like that?
Sorry.
I like
to chat. I like to chat. I like to talk to you, to the people. Sorry, Google AI.
Flea, how many shots, 3-point shots when Brunson's? He asked the question the first time. You know what's funny? I'm gonna stop. I'm not even gonna answer y'all questions, man. I'm just let Flea answer them. He got specific because he thought I was ignoring him. A la wise things I was ignoring him. Did you think it was a? Oh, he hit me with the. See, he hit you with the one moment. A la. Qué lindo, man. Lump 1 or 2 1 5. I think that was a foul, a la, because he pushed the screener into the jump shooter. You know, they're trying to get rid of all the BS. You know, I can't see less than the GS. Uno momento. Very smooth. You think OG's overpaid? I think he's paid right, man. We covered that already. OG on an OB makes 24% of the cap. The most he can make is 25% of the cap. Bridges, I'll look him up.
I'm in the studio. I got the headphones on, and all I hear is pow, pow. I'm like, oh, hold on. I know I'm in the. Hold on, let me. They still going crazy out there with the fireworks, y'all. They still going crazy.
Fireworks.
I was like, wait a minute. That sound like somebody was letting that thing fly. I said, wait a minute, hold on. Run outside real fast. Let's see what the fuck is going on. Let me see what the fuck is going on, baby. Right.
The people who can tell the difference between all them loud noises and gunshots always scare me. Like, dog, what are you? No, that's not it. That ain't. That's a 2.5. Like, just shut up.
I hated those niggas. Them niggas would tell you, oh, that was the Trey Pound. He was letting the Trey Pound go. I heard it. How you know?
But no, you didn't try college. You got these dog ears, but you didn't try to go to school. You fucking jerk.
Oh man.
And here I am. Mikal Bridges takes up 20% of the cap, y'all. 20%, 20%, 21%, 21%. That's how you calculate these things now, man. Stop looking at all their money they making. Oh, excuse me. Tory B.
Oh, our girl, Tori B. Happy New Year, girl. First one of the year, and she changed up her avatar. You look good,
Qué linda,
girl.
man.
I see that sun shining on that good skin. Skin look good. I see it. See what we doing.
Somebody got to teach cat verticality.
In year 10, in year
Lock
11.
from the 215. Happy New Year, Tori B. Happy New Year to everybody in the building. Enough is enough with these shenanigans, Flea. I shouted in my why not? First one of the new year, we talk to the gods. Respectfully. Let's get into that mix, man. Load of tricks, man. Bum ass Knicks, man.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all. Y'all know I go no glasses after losses. Y'all know how I play.
Come on, man.
Stay consistent.
No crossing the losses, man. Knicks get on my damn nerves. 134, 132 loss to the San Antonio Spurs, who went Wembley-less for like half the game, by the way. He missed, I think he hyperextended his knee in the fourth quarter. Didn't come back in. The Knicks 23-10 mark. They were 24-10 under Thibodeau last year, in case anyone's counting. Let's get to that box score. OG Anunoby, 9 points, continuing his bummage spree of late. 3 of 10 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 fouls, 6 points for Diawara. Only played 5 minutes. I found that weird, to be honest. 1 assist, 1 rebound for him, 2 of 5 from the field. All 5 shots from the 3-point range. 20 points for Karl Anthony Towns, who fouled out of the game. Little gas will explain it all. But now, 7 rebounds for him, 5 of 10 from the field. Had as many shots as OG Anunoby, 2 of 5 from 3. Continues his free throw make streak at 25, if I'm not mistaken. He's 8 for 8 from the free throw line last night. 4 assists for him to go with those 20 points. 3 turnovers for him. 13 points for Mikal Bridges. 5 of 9 from the field. 3 of 7 from 3. 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Last couple games, he's been, I don't say sluggish, but he hasn't been the same constant that he was prior to the last 2, week and a half, I should say. Maybe the NBA Cup did a number on them. 29 points for Jalen Brunson, 10 of 24 from the field, 5 of 12 from 3, 8 assists, 2 steals, 3 fouls, 1 turnover. I think he's like leading the league in some turnover rate. I saw drive to the basket. He's second in the league with the least amount of turnovers while he's driving to the basket. That's a nice little stat. But -1 in the plus minus. OG Anunoby was -25. Cat was -15. Mikal Bridges was -16, like I said, -1 for Brunson. Doesn't tell the whole story, of course. I didn't even realize Deuce had 21 because he's coming back on a roll, man. 21 points for Deuce McBride, 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. He's had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers, no fouls. He was good. He was really good, actually. 3 points for Kevin McCullough. He did his thing running around a bit, showing his strength. 2 points for Yabusele. He grabbed a couple of rebounds. Yeah, he's running around looking crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. Porty has 6 points. In and out of the game, 6 rebounds. The way he was like how you say that, relay racing in and out off the bench was kind of weird. So I can understand that being tough for him. Mike Brown, I think we're gonna question him in a second. Can't totally fault him. That 20 points for Jordan Clarkson off the bench. He went on a good spurt, couple spurts. He fouled out of the game as well. I think defensively had a couple of lapses. Brunson had a couple big time lapses on Champagne or I'm calling him Champagne, man. He's from Brooklyn. And Kolick he was decent. He's starting to hit that sophomore wall. I think they all are after starting off so strong after the NBA Cup hangover. Remember, all these two teams, Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Cup, the Lakers won the NBA Cup. They didn't bowl too well after they won those tournaments. Here you go, Julian Champagne. He said, "I am not from Staten Island. Stop letting him tell the world I'm not from Staten Island. I'm from Brooklyn." 36 points. Say it again.
You from the Brook? You from the town?
He was correcting them though, because they said it during the broadcast too. 36 points for him, 6 rebounds, 11 of 17 from the field, and all with 3-point shots. He was on fire. They didn't know where he was at a couple of times. Brunson, I don't know what the hell you were doing. He's the man on fire. Just put your feet in front of him. Let him cross you up. Put the ball on the floor. Didn't let it happen. He was going crazy. And again, another career high. Another player with another career high against us. 7 points for Harrison Barnes. I hope you guys realize how much of a bum he is. He is, oh my doodle. Dude, if the Spurs want to win, they have to trade him. That is the good luck charm when you trade him. 31 points for Victor Wembanyama. 10 to 12 from the field. 13 rebounds. Of course, he went down with the injury in the fourth quarter. Plus 17 in the plus minus area, but he, his presence was felt. We were warding them all. We played so great in the first, definitely in the second quarter. We're just going through these spurts, going on these runs, even with Wemby in the game. Even when he was on fire. 5 points for Stephon Castle. He was off. 1 for 9 from the field. 0 for 3 from 3-point range. 7 assists. He's just a really good defender. 26 points for De'Aaron Fox, who trying to get on Kolick's nerve. Kolick didn't get rattled. He just, when you're a bigger body, he's gonna always trying to figure you out, dribble a little bit more. But besides all that, De'Aaron Fox, it looked like he saw food out there. No Mitchell Robinson, and he took advantage of it. 26 points for him, and he was closing them out. 19 points for Keldon Johnson off the bench. I didn't even realize he had 19 points. God damn, I kind of hate Keldon Johnson. He's like what's homeboy's name? That he's Corey Maggette. Wasn't a Corey Maggette type. Like Sadiq Bey is another one. Like Sadiq Bey, Corey Maggette.
I'm not mad at some of those comparisons.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson,
Corey Maggette, Keldon Johnson.
They putting beard oil on their beard.
Similar type players, right? I mean, Corey, I think, was a supreme athlete in comparison to the guys you just named. Corey probably the best player out of all those guys.
Well, it's the same thing when the spirit of those players. Like when I compare Jason Tatum to T-Mac, Lamar Odom, these guys that just have this laid back. It takes away from who they are. Corey Maggette, Keldon Johnson.
Guys. I like how you put that. The spirit of guys. Okay.
Flea, these dudes. They get ready for the game like they're going to the club. Like the club is the court. They put beard oil in their beard. Got the armband. They just got the new tattoo. Got the fresh cut.
Corey was Brocky though. Corey was Brocky.
So is Sadiq Bey and so is Keldon Johnson. There is a pattern here, brother. They're in the gym and they're staring at themselves in the mirror for way too long. I could tell. I'm 43.
All right, we know.
Can I rock? Look, the Knicks had a skyscraper going on, man. You see that they had the New York skyline going on until the damn third quarter. Once again, bit us in the ass. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Look, that's when Wemby in the game. We were coming back, and we still lost the lead. And eventually, the Spurs, of course, came back and won. 6 lead changes. The biggest lead the Knicks, the biggest lead the Knicks had was 19 points. The game was tied 6 times. The longest run was a 14-point run. That was by us, if I'm not mistaken. It had to be us. You see here the battle, the team comparison battle. Spurs out-rebounded us 48-40. We out-assisted the Spurs 32-25. Empatado with the steals 7-7. 2-3. The Spurs got the block battle. We won the turnover battle 10-11. As far as shooting is concerned, 47%, basically 48% from the field. The Knicks shot to the Spurs 49%. 42% from 3. 36% to the Spurs. We beat them out on there, and we shot 90% from the free throw line to the Spurs 80%. Let's tackle on here. Flea ain't playing no games. He wants to know some more dirt. Look at the fast break points, 30-19. The Knicks were throwing the ball ahead like we had Kevin Love on the court. What's my guy from West Unseld back in the day, chucking him.
Good call, Ray. Good fucking call, Ray. Let's go, Ray.
Thank you.
Let's fucking go, Ray.
I would like to thank the man above and my mom, my mother, of course, for the Flea Award.
Fucking call, Ray. That's what I'm talking about.
30-19. We beat them in fast break points, and then the Spurs got the second chance points, 23-7. And then they won the points in the paint battle, which we kind of thought we would with Wemby on the floor, but that's still decent, 50-42, with Wemby being on the floor trying to thwart those scoring opportunities. Flea, what do you feel about the game, man? What do you think about the Knicks now? Never too high, never too low. My brother.
Come on. You know I stay consistent with this thing. I came over here.
Do we put up the footage from last game? Yo, man, my guy, All-Star. Who's gonna tell me otherwise? Mike Brown, coach of the year.
I
dust off the NBA championship trophy.
I came there the other day to overreact, and I'm gonna come here and stay where I'm at. Never too high, never too low. I'm still excited about the way our team looks, right? We were due for a loss, right? We've been playing really good basketball as of late. We were due for a loss. We took our foot off the gas. It is what it is. We took a loss to a team that we are capable of beating. When we are fully healthy, we are capable of beating this team, right? They exploited some things against us last night that I think we have to take a look at. I think we started the game well out the gate, like you talked about, all the fast break points, all the threes that we hit in the first half. We were up by 19 points at one point. So we were playing a good game. I think that we went away from things that were working, and I just think San Antonio kind of woke up in the second half. That third quarter, we have some really, really tough third quarters throughout the season. We got to figure out a way to come out the halftime gate and really have our foot on the gas like we're starting some of these games. Brunson was good, just good. There's some of the decision making, especially on the defensive end. We allowed that kid Champagne to get really hot. I didn't like that. I don't think we respected him enough as a team. Whoever you want to blame, Brunson, Kolick, Bridges. There was a ton of guys that were not going out with a handout, and this guy was just out there having shooting practice. He went 11 for 17. Every shot he took was a three. So at no point did we run him off the line. Mm-hmm. At no point did we make him feel uncomfortable about taking that three ball. That was a big concern for me. The defensive lapses, we talked about it the other day. You asked me, is this team a championship level team? I said, we're playing championship level basketball, but do I think we are a legitimate contender? No, until we shore up being able to get key stops and maintain defensive intensity throughout 48 minutes, we're not gonna win at the highest level. A lot of different questionable things last night. I think if you get 55 points off the bench, you got to win that game. We got 55 points from our bench last night. You have to win that game. We hunted the three entirely too much. I think we shot close to 50-something threes last night. It was more than half of our points. They killed us in points in the paint. They killed us on the glass, right? We really missed Mitchell Robinson yesterday. I really want to understand what the fuck is going on with that. Y'all know how I get about Mitch. Where are you on the backboard when we need you the most? These are games. You outplayed Wemby in the cup. You kept him off the glass. You made things tough. I don't understand why we can't rely on you to be out there. Last night is indicative of when we need you to be out there. You weren't out there. Cat looked a little lost last night. 10 shots is not enough, especially against a team like that. You got to be aggressive. They shot 40 free throws. We shot 20 last night. I'm not going to get into the whole referee type shit. Y'all can have fun with that. But at the end of the day, if a team doubles you up at the line, that means they were a little more aggressive than we were. You call it what you want. The 3-ball was falling, and we felt like we was going to be able to capitalize on that in the second half, and it just didn't go that way. And now you start falling in love with it. When shots are not falling, you got to get to the rim. We did not get to the rim. I felt the way we needed to. And I think we squandered the opportunity to really shine a light on how good our bench is. We're getting a lot of good production, a lot of great production from our bench. 20 points from Deuce, 20 points from Clarkson. I'll take that. On the road, like, you gotta win that game. Very, very winnable game. Defensive lapses. You got to cut the water off on that Shane Penny kid. You call it what you want. We could talk about individual performances. OG wasn't great. Cat wasn't great. Bridges wasn't great. Collectively, we weren't great. We weren't great. And we didn't shut the water off the way we needed to. And that kid just went out there and had target practice.
I thought collectively we were great in that first half. We were like the pace we were playing at was crazy, especially with those young guns. They were showing their inexperience. That's what I saw in the first half. Like, once you started getting that ball around, once they found that flaw of theirs, kick that ball out, doing what Miami does to everybody now, because they're, they got a young star in there, Khalil Ware in the making. Wemby's their star in the making, but he's not gonna go down court like everybody else. So they saw, even if Wemby's on the court, rocket that pass down court. So we get these transition baskets after every play. And the third quarter just felt like so many of our third quarters this year acting like we're inexperienced. That's the part to me that's crazy. The painful thing again is Cat and Brunson on the defensive end, and then Mikal Bridges. I don't know if he's tired. You're playing less minutes now. I think they're going through a slump. Him, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, definitely an offensive slump. Defensively, he's going to be who he is, but you can see even in his jumper, if he's not making jump shots, he's not there. And he has a different kind of off-season conditioning to be getting into if he wants to be an all-star and he wants to be this guy that Mike Brown is proclaiming him to be. Clearly, the talent is there, and you're working on your game. But in order to keep that motor going for 70 games, it's going to be no excuses. I know before he's not used to playing 70 games back-to-back seasons, but this is what it is. And to win a championship, you got to play close to 100 games, more than 100 games a year. You got to win, close to 70 games a year. So I don't know if it's conditioning when it comes to OG or the whole team, but he just doesn't look like he's in shape to be taking. He always has a great game, and he'll have like 2, 3, 4 games in a row that are just like this. And he did it last year. I see his I just see the trend with him. So he's not playing well.
Conditioning.
It has to be. It has to be.
Gotta have the legs to do this, especially if you becoming a budding shooter, a budding guy that's getting a bucket, and you like our best perimeter defender, maybe our best all around defender. You gotta have the conditioning to be able to put the ball in the basket for sure.
To be considered an important player, which is your frustration with Mitchell Robinson. I mean, that's going to be the most interesting point, because we saw Wemby is competitive. He came out, he was talking shit before the NBA Cup, and he was still talking shit about it before this game. We got to get them back. And so he was ready to play. He wanted to make a point. He'd rather have played. You could tell in his face. He didn't want to dap up Brunson at the end of the game, but he gave him the Bishop dap, like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I'm all right. But you want to do to them what they did to OKC. Bishop. Or y'all, Bishop. He did how they love beating OKC, and they feel like they figured something out with them. That's how we should have been with them, even without Mitchell Robinson. How much of a statement game would it have been if Mitchell Robinson wasn't there? It was like, we ain't got Mitch and we ain't got Josh Hart, and we came to y'all crib.
We came to y'all crib and kicked up on y'all.
Go talk about that in the film room. And we can't say that now. We can't say that now because we can't stop another perimeter guy from having a career season.
Career night. Right, that was a record. That's a San Antonio Spurs record.
Oh, that's not the first time we heard that.
Record.
That's not the first time we're hearing that. A franchise record for this player. He just set a franchise record for 3-pointers. Another guy. We'll forget his name today.
We are shit at defending the three, right? We can't defend the three. And it's and for a league that has become a prominent league on being able to hit the three, especially teams that are winning as of late. Yo, man, you got to be able to defend the three. Nowhere in hell that all of his shots, 17 shots, are all 3-point shots. No way in hell. No way in hell. It's not even that. What does that say about you as a defensive team? You haven't run him off the line one time. You haven't got him in a position where he has to catch it, pump fake, and take a dribble in because you've thrown off his rhythm. 17 shots. He missed six shots last night. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Now you're not respecting me. I'm in the league for a reason, assholes. Now you're not respecting me. No, for real. Now you're not respecting me. At no point do I take one dribble in. Nah. Hell no. Hell no.
The Knicks are 21st in the league in against opponents' 3-point percentage. So at 30, is it 30? No, 36 points. So 37%. So they're basically in the same breath as the Wizards and the Nets. The only teams with a winning record that give up a higher 3-point percentage are the Lakers at 20-11. They're stumbling. The Cavaliers 19-16, and the OKC Thunder, they give up 37.4% from the 3-point line. The Celtics are 20-12 as well. So all these teams, you got the Celtics, the Thunder, Cavaliers, and ourselves. We're gonna have to figure that out before playoff time.
Who defends the three the best in the league right now?
Before I do this, either I'll say Orlando. Who would you guess?
I would say Golden State.
Ooh, the Mavericks. Opponent's 3-point percentage.
Interesting.
33%. And they're 12-22. The Raptors are 20-15. Then you got Indiana. Damn. That means they're just going to the basket and smoking them because they get smoked every night, man. Come on, man. Golden State's top 4, though. Good call, Flea. Golden State's top 4. Up there, though. Yeah, Orlando ain't even.
Well, Golden State supposedly has the best defense in the league by the numbers right now.
Really?
Yeah, from a statistical perspective, they're supposed to be the best defensive team in the league.
Not right, because I mean they're top 3 in defensive rating. They're 3rd in the league.
Okay, so maybe that's changed. I saw that. Maybe that's about a week ago. So that's changed. But those top 2 teams don't surprise me at all.
The Pistons and the Warriors.
Yeah, the Pistons and the Thunder. That's not surprising.
Of course, the Knicks.
And we're middle of the pack. So
yeah, 16th. But see, when you say that, I see the Celtics that are a full point ahead of us. We are a full point behind them in 16th place, and we're tied with Atlanta basically and the Milwaukee Bucks. And you're 9/10 of a point away from the Nets. So I think they're in this zone of the Knicks, Hawks, Bucks, and Nets have the same defense in terms of statistics, and then just the point of attack is crazy. Like, and they have to address that. Doesn't matter. The Cat thing to me, I think he's been playing better defensively. Last night he showed his same flaws. I'm just gonna foul you and not look for Cornette in the corner. At some point, if Fox is going to the hole, I mean, I'd rather give up a damn Cornette 3 than anything Fox. He might get an and 1 on you, and then he Cornette slips him, gets to the basket. Did he get the rebound and then he got the and 1? Was that a pass from Fox? Whatever it was, he got the and 1 off of Karl Anthony Towns to basically put the Spurs ahead for good. And I think that's going to be the thing for us is the point of attack defense. We don't have one. I've never really sat there, even with when OG, he doesn't play too much top of the key. He's always come out of nowhere like Spider-Man, trying to swat at the ball, do that little jab move as a boxer. He's very sneaky, even though he's strong. Block shots. Mikal Bridges, he's slender, man. He's not, he could get the slim point guards. He'll get you up out of there. But once they go on screens, these athletic teams, they're gonna worry me. Y'all can laugh. You in the comments can laugh. Detroit got some athletes up there at the perimeter, and a team like Philly, team like Boston, they still slippery. Boston is seasoned, but Philly can. So worst case scenario, even if you guys think we could still smoke them or beat them in this playoff series, I don't want to lose 1 or 2 games to Philadelphia. I don't want to extend any series. I want to be able to look at a team, look at their flaws, and dominate whatever that is. And I don't know if we can do that against a team like Philadelphia when you can't clean them up out of there. When you got Tyrese Maxey, they got 3-4 guards. They're gonna come out there every night and might show you something, Flea. I'm not. That's what worries me about this, and that's why again, when they say championship contention, yeah, contention, sure, but in terms of having that confidence again, starting to lose it now. Mitchell Robinson not playing, and it's getting on my nerves, man.
But we love King's Speech. Big shout out to King's Speech. He just said Detroit is flawed, and I think that's a big issue with us. We are flawed, and the flaws shine when we lose close games like these, right? Like, yeah, Detroit is flawed, but they're gonna continue to rely on their defense, which we can't say that we could do that. The teams that are going to be able to rely on their defense, they'll figure out ways to win games if they're coached well and they got a guy that they can go to. I think JB Bickerstaff is a pretty damn good coach. He's kind of shown that, and Cade has shown that he's a guy that they could go to. Obviously, we got a guy. Mike Brown is coaching his ass off, but for us, we don't play defense well enough from a 48-minute perspective to talk like we are going to be in the mix at the end of the season. We just that's just a huge flaw that we have to get over. Being able to defend collectively and being able to get out on shooters. Far too many times do we come here and the 10 losses that we have this season. Let's take a look at the 10 losses. Let's take a look at the perimeter guys that have gotten off. I can remember nights when Norman Powell had got off in Miami. Now we're looking at a night where what's this kid? Champagne goes off for 11-3, sets a record, right? Those are just two.
I mean, that was a win, but Sadiq Bey went crazy.
Sadiq Bey. I mean, I'm not even talking about the wins. I'm talking about the losses.
Here we go.
These are things that you're gonna have to shore up, no doubt about that.
Right on cue. Thank you for your $4.99. No strays. Happy New Year, Knicks Nation. Pay attention to your rearview mirror. Hospital Celtics may be closer than they appear. Your man got Jason Tatum in the damn, what do you call that? The Captain America booth. They're resuscitating him over there.
Yo, get well soon, man. Get well soon, man.
What old boy said, man, fuck him. Don't get well. Lose all your senses. Old boy say some crazy shit right now. He starts, I'm gonna go crazy. I almost went bananas. Get that Porzingis. Whatever that Porzingis was. That's all you. Listen, it started in Boston. He ain't get it from Atlanta. Yeah, unless he got.
I mean, listen, Atlanta ain't. Listen now, Atlanta ain't the place. Atlanta ain't the place where you get rid of it now. That ain't the place. If you didn't have it, you got it now. Oh, shit. if you didn't have it then, you got it now. Nigga.
Nah. Those trades, man. Those trades rock with it, man. Fuck with y'all, man. But I'm even without Jason Tatum, it's showing something. I mean, we smacked them up with Mitchell Robinson, all our guys healthy. But it's not just the 3 and D. It's not just chasing them off the 3-point line. I think the bigger guards, they're going to present a slowdown, at least for Brunson and Kolek, the smaller guards. Deuce, hell of a game. Coming off the injury and the rehab and stuff. Looks like he missed a lick. That I saw footage where his shot has the release has gotten higher, and he proved it yesterday over Wemby. Just amazing. And
I mean, Peter Patton ain't just working with Mitch and Josh Hart. Working with everybody, baby. Shit.
Did Did Mitchell Robinson? We stopped giving him the ball, so that he stopped going to Peter Patton, and he's
The
back.
nigga stopped playing. He stopped playing.
Right.
He stopped playing. He said, "I'm sitting down now."
Oh, you thought I was playing?
He thought I was
Now
playing.
I'm not playing.
Now I'm not playing. Y'all don't want to throw me lobs now? No, I'm not gonna play.
Yo, Mitch, man, calm down, man. Shit. But those bigger guards on Philly, it's gonna be a tough matchup for them, man. Right? Oh yeah, my bad. He did go. Thank you. Deuce McBride did go to Ray Allen this summer. Come on, Ray Allen's the guy. Listen, but when I'm just gonna believe it as true. When he said he practiced how to take that shot against the Spurs in that corner three, he said he laid down in practice all the time, gets up and runs and backpedals. Who the fuck does that? I'm just a basketball genius. I just know this happens.
If anybody that shoots the rock, and if anybody, it's Ray Allen that tells you that. Yeah, go on, listen up, Deuce. Get your notepad out, sit down, lock in on what Ray Allen is talking about in terms of shooting the basketball. When he has assessed your jump shot and tells you, "Hey, got to release that bad boy a little higher." Go on and do that.
And we have seen JJ Redick. I know he's going through some tough times right now. We have seen him speak to Quentin Grimes when he was here, and him saying how he adjusted Quentin Grimes' jump shot. We saw Quentin Grimes change his jumper, and it didn't come through yet in New York. It was inconsistent. And then when he left New York, you saw how he's been since then. Mm-hmm. And in Dallas,
yeah.
He made a big mistake, and Dallas made a big mistake. I don't know why they traded him for. I forgot who that was. One of those brothers. And I was like, that was a dumb trade. You needed him last year. But
these are all-time great shooters. A Ray Allen, a JJ Redick, right? These are guys that could, they could fill it up.
Is JJ Redick an all-time great shooter?
Yeah, I mean, by the numbers, and if you watch the game, he turned out to be a solid shooter.
I might have him in like the Harrison Barnes category.
Nah, you can't. You can't.
Don't make me get Dom up. Dom will flame him. How he came up donut, talking all that shit. He hates JJ Redick.
Yeah, it is moments. I'm talking just about body of work. Yeah.
What's the big JJ Redick shot in the NBA?
I don't have one for you.
Just like his big coaching moments. Yo, JJ, man.
I don't have one for you. Well, all-time great, like top tier, all-time great shooters, yeah. Your Ray's got a moment. Your Steph's got a moment. Clay has a moment. Reggie has a moment. Maybe the buck stops there, because after that, then that's a second tier of we talking about shooters. But those guys have some of the biggest moments that you could talk about. But I ain't about to say that JJ Redick wasn't a good shooter, one of the all-time, good shooters in the league. Nah, I ain't about to say that. That's how he kept a job.
He worked hard. All-time is a very, like Kyle Korver is an all-time great shooter.
Why? Because you said so?
No, I'm just saying he is.
What is his moment? What is his moments?
Exactly. But him, Harrison Barnes, what's the kid with the big teeth, or Buddy Hield?
Yo, stop shooting at Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes didn't do nothing to you.
I just don't like to get gassed up with certain dudes. Like Mike Miller, different. I mean, Mike Miller was nice though. He's a different story. He did more than
just shoot basketball.
Right. He ended up just getting hurt and slowed down just to be a shooter for Miami. But point is, like you said, these guys are going to reach out and try to get better. OG hollering at Dirk in the offseason. It worked for 2 months because now he's go call Dirk. Go call him back, OG. The fuck are you doing out there, man? These shenanigans. Ask Dirk what he did to go get ready for 80 games. Not 40, not 20.
JJ Redick shot all time from 3.
39%.
No.
What do you shoot?
No, close to 42%.
Oh shit.
At 41 and a half.
He ain't no Steve Kerr.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying
I'm saying
he
all
is.
time. You say all time? That's all time?
Is Steve Kerr all time?
Yes.
Is Steve Kerr really all time?
All
Because he
time
has a
great.
moment?
No,
Because he
hold
has a
on.
moment? Because he has
Wait,
moments?
put a S on that. Steve Kerr has moments.
I like what HRM said. Hornacek. Jeff Hornacek is an all-time great shooter, pure shooter.
And JJ Redick is not in that conversation. Jeff
With
Hornacek?
Hornacek?
Yo,
Are you nuts?
Jeff Hornacek would have busted JJ Redick's ass.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not
on every
talking
level.
about that.
Any
I'm
level.
not talking about that. On the caliber of shooter, they're the same. They're the same level. You watch basketball, free throw. Jeff Hornacek, free throw line.
He even had the iconic free throw moment.
So what? That's what you gassed off of. Moments. I'm talking about by the numbers. All right. What did Hornacek shoot for his career from three?
I say
Don't
30.
look yet.
I'm not looking. 38.
And that's not a time where volume 3-point shooting is like crazy. Where we at?
I say 38.
40.
And that's him being a super role player, not no fucking bench player like JJ Redick. Horny, it's called him horny out there. Got duffed by Stackhouse, still played the game. Yeah, Horny, I'm holding you down, man. JJ Redick on nowhere near his level.
And he's our former coach. That's why he's holding him down. He's a former Knicks coach.
No. I like to forget about that because I thought we had a secret signing with him because of how he coached Phoenix with the 3-headed monster point guards over there. Yeah, with the kid that went to Houston,
Isaiah Thomas and Eric Bledsoe and Dragic.
Oh, it was Dragic. I keep thinking it was the shorter kid that went to Houston that was real small.
Aaron Brooks.
Yes, but it wasn't. You're right.
It was Isaiah Thomas, Bledsoe, and Dragic.
Now, listen. None of these guys are on Mark Price cap.
Different level of shooter.
Yeah, he's a different level of player. He's
for sure, player, but different level shooter for sure.
On every level.
Big shout out to Michael James. But Michael James is naming pure shooters right there, like Craig Hodges, Dale Ellis, Ricky Pierce, Mark Price, Del Curry, Chuck Person. Those are just pure shooting guys. What I talked to you about the other day, Fabian, pure shooting. Glenn Rice, pure shooters.
Hold on.
Like
pure
shooters.
The Rifleman is a different level of respect. The Rifleman got Larry Bird's attention, and he talked mad shit to Larry Bird. He had an edge to him. He got hurt. The Rifleman was special. In 2000, he shot 48% off 2 attempts a game. 48. What you think Hornacek would do in this era? Are you crazy?
Horny was an all-star. Horny averaged 20 points a night at one point. JJ Redick could never.
Flea
20 points a night? 20 points a night?
Jamal Crawford. Nah, he's a streaky guy.
Shot maker.
Volume shooter.
I like to shout out Jeremy House, but I will call Jamal Crawford a shot maker. Pure shooter? Nah. Definitely a shot maker. Novak.
Was my
discount double check?
Double check. He was on fire for a minute, man.
Era. Y'all try to shit on that. Era. I don't like that. Y'all try to shit on that era. It's a good era.
The Knicks tape era. Hold on. See, but again, Page is a different level.
That's levels. DX Pack. Big shout out.
Like Hornacek ain't fucking with Page Stojakovic. Page is 6'10". He's a different level.
But of course, another thing where it's a different level player. Right. Page Stojakovic is like not just one of them shooters. Obviously, a 6'10" guy. Put it on the floor.
That step back.
And his prime, he's finishing at the rim. Like he just wasn't just relegated to just a corner guy. Like Peja forgets. I mean, people forget. Peja, he was a hell of a player.
I think he finished top 5 MVP category.
At one point, I wouldn't be surprised at that.
He
I
was,
would not
you
be
know,
surprised at that. I wouldn't be surprised at that. How do we bounce back from last night, Ray? How do we bounce back from last night? What is the key thing that we need to bounce back? I got to jump, but what's the key thing that we got to do to bounce back from last night?
I think before you jump, I was gonna go 2 ways with this, but we got it. Mike Brown said.
Before you jump, I was gonna go 2 ways with this. Yo, man, I don't care if you're 43. That was wild. Before you jump, I was gonna go 2 ways with this. This nigga is crazy.
I'm thinking it's Friday, man.
This nigga is crazy.
How does that make it any better?
I was thinking it was Friday.
Great reply, man. See if he got a couple more minutes to spend with us after we hear what Mike Brown got to say, and maybe he got something to explain about how we bounce back.
So first of all, it's our physicality. You know, we haven't figured out how to be physical for 48 minutes in the last I don't know how many games. We pick up some silly fouls that we have to do a better job of, and I feel everybody understands that. But now we just have to go do it. So our physicality is not good. I don't know if we're tired or what, but we have not been able to sustain anything defensively for 48 minutes. And we've won a lot of games, and you want to win games and you feel good about it. But at the end of the day, if we don't figure how to sustain what we're supposed to do on the defense end of the floor for 48 minutes, it's going to be a long year for us, and it's going to eventually catch up for us. Our physicality, our inability to sustain what we're supposed to do. For a while, it was our transition defense. We haven't put together 48 minutes of really high-level basketball when it comes to those things.
Is there a tendency to just say, you know, we got Jalen, we'll win this no matter what, and maybe let your foot off the pedal a little bit?
At times, just think, you know what, we're good. We're going to end up winning this, or we're going to end up outscoring them. It's not the mentality to have. You got to have. There has to be a sense of urgency defensively. Like I said, for 48 minutes, we can score. I mean, we can score with the best of them. We have Jalen, who's league MVP, or at least right now in the discussion for the league MVP at a very high level. We got 3 or 4 other all-stars when you're talking about OG and Cat and Mikhail and maybe even Josh now. I don't, you know, and we got guys that can shoot the ball. I just hope that sooner than later our guys collectively want to sustain the right way to play on the defense end of the floor. When you play the way we play defensively, which is in spurts, you're going to keep giving the team hope. We're like, okay, well, you know, we're good. And we have 3 or 4 just bad defensive plays like in a row. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to kind of jog through this action, and I'm going to trail this guy that's hot, and then he catches and shoots a wide open 3. Or I'm not going to pull all the way in and tag the roll guy. I'm just going to stay right here. You know, it's stuff like that that is in our control that we don't control, and we do it for stretches throughout the game. I don't think it's who we are, you know, because I think the guy, I truly believe that the guys, you know, they care and they want to try to do the right thing, you know. We just haven't done it. We got to go do it, you know. And sometimes when you win games, it's human nature to just think that it's going to happen, you know, and it's subconscious when that does occur. And, you know, so maybe that's the case. I don't know, but what I do know is we have to sustain whatever we're trying to do defensively for 48 minutes and not look back on a game and say, man, if we would have been a little bit more physical here, a little bit smarter here, and played with a sense of urgency for 48 minutes defensively, we had a great chance to win. But I can't say that. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you.
That's a lot. That's a lot. He went further than what we always say about our defense just not being championship caliber. You know, and he explained it a little further. He wasn't as adamant or as short. You know, he's not short-winded, that guy. He's always long-winded with his answers. But Fleet, you could sum that up, Flea style.
That's just the tune that I've been singing all season long. Like y'all, I mean, hopefully, and I'm not like standing on some soapbox trying to act like I know it all. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when we talk about championship contention, when we talk about all these great moments that we have in with Jalen Brunson coming through in the clutch, you know, our two best wing defenders have, you know, and playing at a high level, and Josh Hart playing out his mind, and our bench playing out their mind. All of that is good and well, but if we're not going to get stops and we're not going to defend teams every night, we're not going to win at the highest level. So for me, I just think that that's all I've been saying all year long. If we can play defense throughout the entire game, we're going to always put ourselves in position to win. If we do not do that, we are not good enough to kind of coast. And that's what's happening far too many times. We put ourselves in a position where we're like coasting and acting like we've done something, and we ain't accomplished shit yet. Like, let's slow down. Like I said, I love this basketball team. I love what we're doing. I love how we playing. But in terms of the defensive intensity, it's shit. It's shit. We were up 19 points. If we keep our foot on the gas, if we continue to get stops, if we continue to turn them over, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But the defensive lapses happen every game, too. This is not like that it's just like once or twice a week. This is every game that these defensive lapses happen. Now, sometimes we're in position where we're playing an inferior team, a la New Orleans. New Orleans is going to do things to kill themselves. Young teams are going to, Charlotte is going to do things to kill themselves. Washington is going to do things to lose games. Utah is going to do things to lose games. But if we playing teams like this, if we're playing teams like an OKC, the defense got to be from the jump ball to the last buzzer goes off. We'll figure out how to hit shots. We've proved that. But this is an every night thing. I'm seeing moments. It may not be a quarter stretch, but there are too many moments throughout too many games where we're like, ooh, that 5-minute stretch wasn't good. Ooh, that 3-minute stretch wasn't good. That quarter wasn't good. OG always talks about the third quarters. Part of the third quarters is because we can't get stops. That's the name of the game. Putting the ball in the basket more times than the other team and stopping them from putting the ball in the basket. That is how this whole basketball thing breaks down. So hopefully we understand now once Mike Brown said it. Flea's not harping on some defense shit. I just think that it's important. Look, you playing against pros. You're not going to stop niggas from scoring every time down. That's a ridiculous thought to have. I'm not that stupid. But championship teams know how to get stops from the word go until it's time to bring it home. They know how to do it. I'm just saying if we want to get there, we got to do that.
Up 19, lose by 3. That's exactly what we did to the Cavaliers, what we did to the Pelicans, what we've been doing as of late. Got a taste of our own medicine and has everything to do with defense. I know you got to get going, Flea, but when do you think we played amazing defensively?
Oh, pull the schedule up if you could. Pull our schedule up. I got to see who we played. I can't call it off the top of my head. If I look at the game, I'll be able to say I feel like, because I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Because I think that's been the main problem for us, or at least the concern. right? We played great basketball. This is not to take away from what we put together through almost the first 35 games. We played some really, really great basketball, hence why we're number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. But for us to be championship level, like, we got to know how to get stops night in and night out.
Damn, I don't know how to do this shit. What's the best way to do it on
ESPN.com. NBA, go to the Knicks. Schedule. Let me see.
That's early on.
Memphis, I thought we defended well.
I think in San Antonio, it was those spurts.
Yeah, but I also think that Orlando game as well, when we finally fought back and played with physicality. I thought that game we defended well.
And Mitch was there. That was leading into the cut. We were going on a run. Yeah, the Toronto game. RJ wasn't there. We shut them down. Boston loss was horrible though. During the Cleveland, that fourth quarter, of course, there was a game that we lost, and I thought in the second quarter we went on a run. Oh, was it the game that we won against Cleveland? Yeah, because in the second quarter we had like a 17-0 run, and Anthony Towns on the floor and Brunson sat on the bench. Like you said, it was a quarter. It wasn't. We can't put it together. And I think personally, the same thing we were saying about like OG Anunoby, he doesn't have the conditioning to go play 70 games and score and defend the way that we've seen him score at his peak, and even his average. He's not even getting near his averages during these last couple games. I think we don't have the players for it. If I have to coach you into it, if I want it more than you do, and I know Mike Brown's being nice, yeah, you care. It's one thing to want it. Want it is one thing. That's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's a thought. Showing it on the court is just totally different. Totally different. So everybody keeps saying the best ability is availability. No, the fuck it's not. These guys are all available. I mean, most of them. It's reliable.
Sounds like a familiar conversation we had earlier. I understand. I understand. We can keep talking about it. But we have to do something. I understand, my brother.
I don't know if that was a Freudian slip, but it was definitely not meant for anything else but the Knicks right now. Not for us.
You understand, you understand what I'm saying.
For everybody, though,
right?
Because that's life. That's life. We can all want anything. I could want to have a good show right now. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, I wasn't feeling it coming into this shit. And until I see Flea on the screen, sometimes it's just like the jolt. Because it's way easier to talk to somebody else on the screen. And now it's teamwork. Now it's all right, Flea. Usually I might ask a question in between, but if you're too passionate, I'm not interrupting that. Sometimes I might do it because I can't even hold it back because I want to say this and I want to be, I got a question. And then you go with the flow. You might have to, what do you say? You might ignore me because like I got something to say. And the best flow of it sometimes is when you don't have to say, I got a question, or you just keep the conversation going. And this is easier to do than play basketball. That's a physical thing. And just like Mike Brown having that conversation in that presser, he's just sitting there like, yo, what you want me to say, basically?
Right.
Well, either you're gonna play defense or you're not.
Or you not. Fuck else we gonna say about this, right? Yeah. Ain't nothing else to say about this. Nothing else. We could fine comb this shit all we want. This nigga didn't do this. This nigga not playing this way. Where's Cat? This, that. Fine tooth cut, whatever you want to do with this shit. Either we're going to defend or we're not. We are an elite offensive basketball team. Are we going to stop the other team from scoring? Flat out. Fuck everything else.
I know you got to run. Got another quote to read from Mike Brown because that was interesting. After he called, before you leave, he said, "We do have the guy to lead us to a championship." That was heading into this game. I was shocked by those comments. I mean, even though I think they were paraphrasing, but you know, it is what it is, Flea. I know you got to run, my brother.
My people.
I'm sorry. That was the
Big Flea. Never the little one. Peace, family. Trying to look at our schedule real fast. We got Atlanta tomorrow.
And Philly on a back-to-back.
Saturday. We got a back-to-back on a Friday, Saturday.
See, like Mitchell Robinson should have played
Saturday.
Mitchell Robinson should have played last night and then took off the back-to-back.
But now he's not going to play either one of these games, probably.
Right.
He's a fucking sucker. Yo, I'm out, man. He's a sucker. Get out there and play, nigga. I'm tired of our success waning in the balance on Mitchell fucking Robinson. I'm so tired of that. Sick of this nigga. I'll see y'all soon, man.
Flea, ladies and gentlemen. Here's an article by Mike Brown. Mike Brown believes Knicks have the guy to compete for a championship. So that was, December 30th from Cholo Martin Maxino. He's like an Italian Mexican. The Knicks are considered by the majority of the NBA as the favorite to win the Eastern Conference. But before the season even started, expectations were high. Indiana lost their superstar guard Tyrese Halliburton to injury. The Knicks are not currently the number one seed, but they have the strongest chance of succeeding in the postseason. They also have a superstar who can carry them to victory in Jalen Brunson. See, these weren't the words that were being used when Becky Hammond and everybody else was running amok with these comments. Now they're running with these words and try to use it against us. They think they're slick. Mike Brown sees Brunson as the Knicks' number one guy. During the Knicks win over the Pelicans on Monday, Jalen Brunson once again showcased his star power with 28 points and 10 assists. It was yet another superb performance by the Knicks, which is their third win in a row. With that victory, they were only one game behind the Pistons. The Pistons are down to the Heat right now, by the way. So if we could at least even things. If they can lose and we can even things up from yesterday, we'll be all right. Yeah, Pistons are down by 11 with 4 minutes to go against the Heat, ladies and gentlemen. So here in the article, back to the article, Knicks head coach Mike Brown always loves to hype up his players, including Brunson. He thinks that Brunson is good enough to be called one of the special players who can propel a team to a championship. You got to have a guy. We're talking about a league MVP, and we have a guy. He definitely makes the game easier for everybody for sure, Brown said after the game against the Pelicans. And, I mean, is he part of the gassing up of everybody else that we think we got Brunson, so he's carrying everybody? Because you hear what AllBall says, super duper Knicks fan, right? And he says, yo, we got Brunson. He's covering for Cat, and it's like, well, when he sits, Cat's doing pretty well with Kolik. They have great chemistry. So how does that explain that? He ain't carrying him then. So is Mike Brown too dependent on the Jalen Brunson victories? Those one-on-one plays that we saw, that we're seeing late in the games. I thought we did a great job. Brunson did a great job of kicking the ball up too in that Spurs game. He himself was almost listening to us or the coaching staff, whoever it is, that he knows if I cross with this ball past half court, I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna go crazy. That's what I do. And I got to get my teammates involved. So the easiest way to do that is push the ball up. And maybe some of that needs to be had at the end of games. They were starting to send doubles to Brunson on at the opposite side of half court before he can even cross half court. So is it an over reliance on Jalen Brunson to think that if he's an MVP candidate and we're gonna believe that? Are we saying like, yo, we got the MVP, all right, now we're gonna just rely all on him? No matter what we do throughout this game, he's about to drop 30 points in a row. Is that how things gonna go? I hope not. And I hope Cat isn't playing like that. Cat should have been more dominant again in this game. Way more dominant of a presence. I think we passed the ball around well enough. And again, the same way I think maybe OG got to hit that gym in the summertime. Cat has to be at a different level of conditioning to play in this system. To participate in this system, to get that ball around and get the ball where he needs to get the ball at. He's always, he prefers to front face the basket. He's a great post-up player, but catching the ball at them angles is important. There's also another article I read in The Athletic that Brunson was breaking down different plays with I forgot the article, the writer's name, something Edwards, I think John Edwards or whatever. And he broke down how Jalen Brunson was breaking down how he said, I work with angles. And of course, basketball is a lot of math to it. He has to be at certain angles to create the one-on-one matchups and to create the favorable matchup for himself to perform that footwork, that magical footwork that Brunson got. He knows as soon as he sees this opening or the defense shifts a certain way, if you close this off, I'm gonna spin over my left shoulder. I'm gonna take this step back, or I'll pump fake, lean in, take the step in. He practices this, and you can tell. But what is the rest of the team doing to have Karl-Anthony Towns fit that? Because he's not a guard at the end of the day. He's not a perimeter player. Like, even when you compare him to the other MVP candidates, Joker has the ball in his hand, and Embiid has the ball in his hand. Giannis has the ball in his hand. Like, Karl-Anthony Towns isn't really someone who's bringing the ball up and can dictate, engineer the offense like that. He has to get the ball to start engineering the offense. Then he has to he has to really play in a soccer environment to pass that ball and then move to a different spot that's favorable. Karl-Anthony Towns has to be so much more alert on both ends of the floor. I don't know if he has to drink coffee, take some of them drogas out there. I don't know what he has to do, but he has to be so much more aware of getting that ball in a spot. If he gets it to the corner, set a pick to switch the matchup, get to the spot on the court, the low block. The elbow for me is where he's the most dangerous. Once he pump face, takes that 1 step in, 2 step in, that same stupid beeline drive that he does every single game. Once he does that, imagine him doing that from the elbow instead of the 3-point line. Now everyone has less time to set up and slide in and try to take the charge from him, or force him to counter that shot and try to get creative. Now you have less time. You're giving the defense less time to counter whatever you're doing. And of course, if you're in the paint, that crowd is coming even faster. The defense has to choose whether they're going to double you or not, because you're too close to the basket, which of course is a higher percentage shot. They want to get rid of those as much as possible. And when we talk about spray threes, how many more spray threes can you get than a big man being in the paint who can pass like Karl-Anthony Towns from almost any angle? The one-handed passes that he makes are incredible. They're like all-time great passes that he makes. So that's a part of it also. And we have to harp on him on the offensive end compared to OG Anunoby, who I've been shitting on all day, because he's not known for doing this. And I don't think he's ready to be a number 3 option, which is what I always said. I know my man's game. He's going to put the ball down. He's starting to get the rip through move, but Karl-Anthony Towns already has this skill set. That's the difficult part about, watching him play and not getting to his spots and not looking for the favorable positioning. That's what he should be doing. So I don't know if it's just conversation. Jalen Brunson needs no conversations about where I want this ball at. You can talk to him about all this. We just saw the other day how Karl-Anthony Towns was basically arguing through the media with his teammate, his superstar teammate, and Jalen Brunson, and the referees about not getting these calls. Forget the calls. How about you control what you can control, which is the best sort of shots that you can take and make. And forget the shots, the best sort of plays that you can make. You know how many he could get 3-4 more assists a game. I believe playing beneath that 3-point line. beneath that 3-point line. I've already seen him operate from the corners. He's shooting horribly from the corners, by the way, like 18% from the right corner and like 21% from the left corner, something like that. But I really believe that that's going to help Karl Anthony Towns out. It's the 2-man game with Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson's not going to work from what I can see, because Brunson can't pass the ball. He can see the scoring angles. He can drive. He sees the defense shift, and I see, okay, I know how to react to this. Jalen Brunson even broke down how he couldn't throw the alley-oop. So I think Huck Porty, because Huck Porty's man went from shifting and helping off of Huck Porty to try to guard Brunson, showing, and then he went back to Huck Porty, so Jalen Brunson knew he had the layup. So you're seeing that angle, but even if he didn't give you that, he doesn't really have the passing instinct or the skill to throw it back to Huck Porty like that. Like, I'm still surprised when Jalen Brunson makes great passes. I think we all are. And because of that, I don't think that 2-man game with Brunson and Cat is really going to work out. Those passing angles for Brunson are tough because he's so used to his rhythm is all scoring rhythm. That's why he can't get that ball across the half court if he wants to involve his teammates. And then in a 2-man game with Karl Anthony Towns, as bad as he is at setting picks, I think he got called for a charge yesterday. Towns was setting some good picks yesterday. He was smashing a couple of them Spurs. In football, he called them pancakes. He gave a couple of pancakes out there last night. So the screen setting, I think I saw some signs of greatness there, which should have been there for a 7-footer. But can he receive the Brunson pass at the top of the key if Brunson gets doubled on the wing? If Brunson starts leading towards that, that elbow three, that 45-foot 3-pointer, or that, the elbow 3-point shot, can Brunson get it across with his offhand to Cat at the top of the key? I'm not sure. Like, I don't see that in his game. And Kolek is instinctually doing all that shit. So I think when it comes to that 2-man game, it's a lot harder for Cat, because Brunson, I don't think he's is a natural for that. It's easier for him to work off ball, like we saw 2 seasons ago, and even this season now, when he can go off ball, go to the corner, get started from different positions on the court, because now the ball is swinging around. He knows he can get the ball back at a different angle. He looks for the soccer passes to get to restart his positioning. And Karl Anthony Towns, I want to see him do more of that, which he does do more of that when Brunson's off the court. That's the frustrating part with all that shit, man. Gotta get going. Y'all could have been anywhere else. Let me read some of these comments before I go. Cat does fine with point guards. He had Rubio and others. It's on Brunson. Right. Rubio's one of the greatest passers of all time. He's an elite passer. So, Brunson's a ball hogger. It's not just the fact that he's a ball hogger. It's the fact that those passes. James Harden was a ball hog, but James Harden could make, you know how many passes he could make? James Harden passing was crazy. James Harden passing was so dope. When he got the floater down pack, and then he started the fake float alley-oop passes to like Capella and whoever it was, that's when he was lethal. And Brunson hasn't really, the whole short thing, it probably gets to you. Just recently versus Charlotte, Cat had a 2-point game, and on Christmas 11 points and 12 versus Nola. That isn't being consistent, and those are recent games. Yeah, correct, E. Gibson. I think that's a part of it, and the aggressiveness. I don't know if he has to communicate with the players too. Like, yo, I don't want the ball there. Like, I'm not. Forget about being confused anymore. I see the system. I know the plays. It ain't about that. Yo, Jalen, not for nothing, man. I want they're gonna feature you. I need to be featured more. He could drop 40, 50 points. When he gets hot, he goes crazy. But they combine for 70 the other day. So it's fun when they get going, but we've never seen them. Even when they scored 70 together, it felt like it was 2 different teams. It felt like it was 2 different halves. It never felt like it was together. And we saw Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum go through this. Right now, Orlando with Wagner, when he comes back, and Paolo Banchero, they go a lot through this because of the similar style. But what those 2 duos have that Cat and Brunson don't have is defense. At least they defend. Wagner's starting to get ran up on this year, but typically he's decent one-on-one, and he's 6'10". Both, each one of them guys we mentioned is 6'7" or bigger. So they can at least contribute in stopping and then not be a minus. That's not going to contribute to their minus in the plus-minus scenario. And they can make up for whatever flaws on the offensive end, whatever game on the defensive end, they can hustle. But it's going to be a lot harder for these guys who don't have any real chemistry on the offensive end. And Brunson is really terrible defensively. Terrible. I can't call Cat a terrible defender. I can't call him that. So the worst thing about this is that Brunson is a superstar. They don't have chemistry. And you see most of the fans, they're going to side with Brunson on this. And I'll try to be as objective as I possibly can. And I'll say, like, yo, Cat's at least defending. And it's still going to be the blame on him because you got to get this done. Brunson's the guy that we believe never gives up and doesn't seem to lack focus like Karl Anthony Towns. So, is what it is. Big Harlem, what's going on? Yo, lost momentum. Got hack a Mick, then you got attack the. Okay. I'm more down the middle on Cat and Brunson stuff. I'm not down the middle, Mo. I'm not down the middle. They ain't got no chemistry. And Brunson has been terrible defensively. There's nothing down the middle about that. They got to, at some point, Brunson just basically called out Cat for his fouling. Can Cat say, you know what? You're right about that. I got to keep my hands up. And I'm going to put my hands up for that damn pass. I want to be featured a little bit more. This is how I want the ball. He has to start being more assertive, maybe vocally, maybe trying to get more comfortable with them with that. In assessing blame, I'm blaming Brunson. He's the leader. He got to figure out how to be able to make Cat feel comfortable enough to communicate with anything with him. Let's say Cat is soft. What if he is soft? He's still 7 feet. You still traded for him. Your face is on the side of that damn building. You damn near signature shoe for Nike. You had another advertisement with Nike for the appetizer with the NBA Cup. I'm blaming Brunson. I'm blaming Mike Brown. You guys have to figure out how to get Cat motivated and Cat get involved. I can't rely on Cat to figure it out. He's too old for all that shit. You guys traded for him. He's making $50 million a year. You guys got to work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not ever going to be easy, but Jeremy Brunson is not the reason Cat continually makes stupid fouls. His defense is offensive. Yeah, 1,000%, man. 1,000%. Like Brunson's not the reason for that, but Brunson is the reason for his bum ass play on the defensive end. Just staying in front of his man, letting Champagne go crazy. Just so many lapses he had yesterday was insane. And that guy was 11. He shot all 17 3-pointers. He was trying to go for the record. He was trying to go for Klay Thompson's record yesterday on us. And he ended up, ended up with the Spurs record. Now I'm in the record books. That's another player in the record books that will never be thought about again in life because of the Knicks' lack of defense. K-Dot, appreciate y'all, man. Let me get going, y'all. It's Thursday night. I thought it was Friday night. I gotta chill. Y'all know what this was.
Knicks Rehab.
Knicks Rehab, y'all. Could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us. We shall be back tomorrow after that game, the Atlanta game. A lot of rumors in the air for Trae Young. We smoked Atlanta already. They're looking for revenge. Jalen Johnson's the point forward of the future, apparently. Are we going to let Trae Young score 100 points and 33 pointers? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll be back. See y'all. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.